All right, let's talk about studies. The CDC releasing some data on Friday. They say new COVID cases are dropping, but so too is the rate of vaccination. And they're now pushing for more young people to get vaccinated. And they say there's this increase in hospitalizations in teens looking at the first 3 months of the year.
That's correct. That meant we vaccinated adults, but as you know and I know, we did not get to herd immunity. We just kind of pushed where the cases were. Adults were prevented from getting illness. I'm thrilled. Children were not. And this idea that, oh, kids don't get sick, they don't get hospitalized, is clearly not true looking at those hospitalization rates. When we look in the UK now, what's happening, in fact, they've had also a bit of a lull on their vaccination. And now they're seeing new variants, the Delta variant in the UK. We want to prevent that from coming to the US. And the only way to prevent a strain coming to the US or spreading in our population is vaccinating people so they don't spread it from person to person.
I do want to just give the specifics on that data in case somebody didn't see it. The CDC researchers found that nearly 1/3 of adolescents hospitalized with COVID-19 required admission into the intensive care unit. 5% needed some type of an invasive mechanical ventilation. But to your point, taking a look overseas, my question is, how concerned do we need to be about the variant? You know, the information just published in the Lancet over the weekend seemed to be pretty good news when it comes to our vaccines.
Correct. The vaccines are quite effective at preventing you from getting sick and also are reasonably protective against you getting any infection, which means you can't pass it. So certainly if you're considering traveling this summer, I would strongly recommend that you think about getting your vaccine so you don't get seriously sick and you won't get mildly sick and pass it to the rest of your family or your contacts. But that also means that if you're entertaining guests from abroad, you also need to think about your family being vaccinated because you don't want to get one of those variants as well.
You know, I'm wondering if Memorial Day, that weekend, if that was really a stress test for us in the U.S. as, you know, especially in the tri-state area, we didn't have good weather. A lot of people shifted to going indoors, and then we know there's like that 2-week period. So are people watching to see what's going to happen now to determine our real progress?
Absolutely. It's, as you said, a stress test of how well we're vaccinating and how well we're doing indoors from those who did or did not get vaccine. So while the 2-week stress point is coming up, it's actually not going to be enough because while we thought everybody was indoors and partying indoors, it may not be. They might have said, oh, we didn't go to the beach, we'll put it off for 2 weeks, we'll get together later. So the entire summer will be a stress test for us at the medical institutions. We're going to be tracking closely who's getting sick and are they getting admitted to the hospital.